I invested over $205,000 into the one of the best business mentors in the world that you'll probably recognize. But I will be honest, 90% of the advice was not as good, right? And didn't really help me in my case. But there were 8 lessons that I learned that really changed the game for me, that helped me make my first $1 million of profit at the age of 22, and also have our first $125,000 month in the month of December, which is pretty good too. And we also, with the same strategies and same lessons, helped hundreds of our clients make millions of dollars. The proof of that is in the description if you want to find it. But let's start with lesson number 1 that really helped me, which is right now in this online business space, right? No matter what business do you have and you want to grow to your first 10, 20, 50, $100,000 a month or beyond, scale after that, right? You can't do it alone. So what you need to do, in my opinion, this is the lesson I learned after spending all of this money, is form, right, alliances, right? So form alliances. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly or not. If I'm misspelling it, sorry. But form networks of people, right? Where other people that are winners, right, that are smart, that are intelligent, that work hard, want you to win as well, and there's some mutual exchange of value. Let me give an example here. So, for example, at the beginning of 2024, last year, I wanted to grow into this ecosystem of Skool, right? Maybe you've heard about this platform by Alex Hormozi and Sam Ovens, right? It's a very famous company nowadays, but anyway, that helps people to start their communities. So when I wanted to start and grow on that platform, I said, like, I can't do it alone, right? So I need to have an alliance, and I started reaching out to people that I saw were winners, and I started giving them value, right? For example, one of them was Perzon, right? Where I reached out to him, I said, hey, I see that you need a course about this topic, so I will make it for you. I made it, I sent it to him, right? I did all that work, and then I started helping him for free, and he benefited a lot from it. I benefited a lot from as well, because there was some association with it, etc. So it was literally win-win for everyone, right? So that was one of the things I did, and we still right now work with Max, communicate with him. He's a great guy, and it's good, right? What another thing that happened is over time, because I reached out to even more people and start working with them and helping them. There's so many names, right? But what won't say for like privacy reasons, maybe they don't want. But I helped bunch of people, some big YouTubers, some big people in the Skool ecosystem, right? Great people. And I started helping them and giving them value. And that way we started having a relationship, right? And we can say an alliance where I could like hit them up, right? For something, for advice or connection or something or help. And that helped me a lot, right? One of the examples of that is that I recently became an investor in Skool.com, right? So now there is some, things there with some ovens. So when Skool grows, and that benefits me as well. And I also help to grow Skool because I talk about it all the time. I promote it. I love it. I use the product. Have been using it for years, right? Or Alex Hormozi. I recently posted a video because I won a competition from him, and I'm grateful to him. He really helped me a lot in my journey. And now I have a video with him too. I met him in person, etc. All of that. So there's some sort of like, I'm also an investor in Skool, so he's working on Skool. So there's some sort of alliance there as well. Access, being close to these people, to these great minds, right, and geniuses. That's going to help you. So sometimes this is in the form of like advice or association, or like you being in the like around these crazy like talented and amazing people, and it's the mindset isn't so I can get something from them. No, you help them grow, you take action, right? But it creates value for everyone. So forming alliance is something very big, very important. It helps you to get credibility. It helps you to have great like people that can help you win, because if you are just alone, right, and don't know anyone else, over time, of course, you can start alone. I started alone, right? But it's not that every day I'm going to networking events. I don't, right? Pretty much. But like the more people you help over time, you have, a network of strong people, alliances that you can hit them up. Like I have a lot of people in my WhatsApp list, like great entrepreneurs. Someone is making like 1.3 million a month, right? Someone is crushing it with YouTube. Someone is big into this space. AI, like all these amazing people that because you have a great relationship alliance, like that contacts, that leverage that it gives you, you can grow so much quicker, right? So that's the first thing I really learned from after investing all this money, that form alliances. Don't do it alone. See who is a person that you can help and they can help you. From these alliances, work with them, right? It doesn't have to be a partnership. You don't have to pay them. Just exchange your values, right? Someone that you resonate with, that you like and they like you, that's the key, because as they say, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know, right? And I like saying it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you and who likes you, because you can know someone, but they don't like you, they're not going to help you. So for that, provide value to people. When you see someone that you think that you can be mutually beneficial to each other, make sure to reach out to them, give them value first without asking, right? Do that act of goodwill, and some of these relationships will turn into great alliances in different forms, and it will really help you. So that's the first biggest lesson that really helped me a lot in my journey, right? So I would highly recommend you to implement it as well. So the lesson number 2, I have everything written here so I don't forget the sequence of that I want to share with you, is it's more important what you work on, right? So what you work on, right, than how hard you work. So I will put how hard, right? Okay, so it's more important what you work on. And can you see it? I don't know. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, you can see only this part, but that's fine. This is very big high production, right? I'm joking, but yeah, hopefully you will find it still helpful. But anyway, so what is more important? What you work on is more important than how hard you work. And the reason I learned this is not so much from like they told me, which is they told me, but like by looking at these mentors and at these people, like when they are successful, I kind of, so sometimes they don't say it, but like I pay attention to what they do, and all of them work on something very high leverage, right? So it's about what you work on rather than how hard you work on. For example, if you do cold outreach, right? And if you do it and it works for you, keep doing it. But if you do cold outreach and you like get clients, right? The next time for you to get another client, you need to do another cold outreach. So it doesn't matter like how hard you work, you are always going to be in that hamster wheel of trying to do that, right? So what's more high leverage is like working like on something that is compounding, right? Let's say a YouTube channel, right? Like if you work on a YouTube channel, the more videos you post, they can nurture people, get you clients, grow your brand, help people, all of that, right? But your older videos, they can still continue doing well, right? We have videos that keep getting views and we get clients from that, etc., right? So it's what you work on rather than how hard you work, right? The market you are in, the opportunities that you have, the leverage that you deploy, right? What's your niche? What do you use? Do you use YouTube? Do you use Skool, right? Do you use platforms, things that are growing, right? Are you in a marketplace that are growing? A lot of you are, but this is a really big lesson. So it's not just about how hard you work. It's very important, hard work, but also what you work on. A very big lesson, and like how you can make this more helpful to you. Ask yourself, like, what are the things that I'm working on right now that are very low leverage, and what are some of the things that I work on that are high leverage, right? So I get more than when I put effort into these things, or like these things compound. And ask yourself, are you spending most of your time into these things that compound or not? A lot of us aren't, right? Including me. We get distracted, we do a bunch of things, right? But we need to just find something that works, that compounds, and go all in, right? Because a bunch of people work hard, but like these business mentors make millions, right? Or like a bunch of people on the internet that are working on really high leverage things, and a bunch of people work hard and they don't get anywhere. So pay attention to what the most successful people are doing in, what vehicles are they in, what are they working on, and try to do that, right? So this is really, really very important. Okay, the next thing, which is number 3 that I learned that was a really good lesson that helped me, is the following, which is focus and do one thing at a time. So I will put focus, and this is very obvious, so I will not spend much time on this because we all know this, right? But what do I mean by doing one thing at a time? So people that are the most successful, let's say Alex Hormozi, right? Like they prioritize things and they do it in order. Like they don't say, hey, I'm going to grow my Instagram, my YouTube channel, my high ticket, my low ticket, my school, also to have 10 different business partnerships, also do 20. Like no, they say, okay, what's the number one important thing? Okay, I understand everything is important, but let's say posting YouTube videos is more important than posting only nerdies, right? Then they would focus on that. They will get it done first, and then they will move on, right? So you can work on a lot of things at the same time, but what I've seen, like what I've learned that really helped me is like work on one thing at a time. And what it does, it creates this natural urgency for you to do that thing well and fast, so that you can start doing the other things, right? Because like you can't do a little bit this and then and that. No, you understand that before you do this, you can't do that other things, and that creates the pressure. Oh damn, like I need to do this, there's so many things to do, and you focus on that one thing, you do it well, you execute, you don't spend time, and you get one thing done by a time. So my question to you would be, and this is what helped me, this is how I'm thinking, that really made me a lot of money when I learned this from the mentors, which is say, what's the one thing that if I do, everything else in my business will become easier or unnecessary? What's that one thing? What is that one thing? For example, for Alex Hormozi, it was if he grows a very big brand where he helps people. Once he started his YouTube channel, his other pages, other social media, he said, if I have a very big brand that helps a bunch of business owners, right? Then I will have I will get a deal flow. People would apply to, so I can invest in their companies. People will already have trust in the relationship, right? So I can actually invest in companies and grow. So he said like, what's that one thing? Brand. He focused on growing the brand, right? Making so many YouTube videos, so much content over the past 6 years, right? With this podcast, with all of this so consistently, and he keeps getting better. It's because he's prioritizing things one at a time, right? You can do this on the macro, on the big scale like this was my big focus, and also on the on the macro and also on the micro, right? On the small scale, which is today, okay, my number one goal is to grow the audience, because if I have a lot of people that know me, trust me, and like me, I will make money, right? If that's your goal, then you can say, okay, what's the number one platform I need to focus on? Let's say YouTube. Okay, what's the number one thing I need to do? Okay, I need to just post the videos consistently, and you start focusing on that. So when you wake up, before you made a YouTube video, you don't do anything else, right? So you prioritize things, and not only you focus, but you do things one thing at a time. You say no to everything else. That's the definition of focus, and that's what helps you to move fast, execute, make progress. And this is a really helpful lesson, at least for me, that was a game changer once I actually started implementing it. So implement, ask yourself what's the one thing you need to do right now in your business, and start focusing on it. And before it's done, try to not move to anything else and attack that, right? With all the resources, time, energy that you have. Cool. The last thing is brand is everything. Yeah, so this is a big lesson as well, of course. And I touched on this previous point of focus a little bit, like Alex Hormozi focusing on this, etc. But why this is so important? It's because nowadays, like having a personal brand online, you must have it, in my opinion. Like people don't just go and randomly. I think they don't, right? Respond to a cold email. At least I don't, right? Most of the time, you can make money with that, but like they don't. People want to know you, trust you, know that you help people, see that you have proof, right? Like for example, in the description, I have a lot of proof from people that we help. I put it there because it helps us to grow our brand. It makes our brand stronger because people trust you more, right? Because they see that you are legit, right? Or you are trying to be, or like you care, and that's very important. And like the better brand you have, the more money you are gonna make, the more expensive prices you can have, the more your growth is gonna compound, the more profitable you will be, the more predictable your growth will be, and this is key. And I recently had someone, I respect him a lot, he makes over $1 million a month, and he's in my age, which is crazy, he's 22, right? And we were talking, and he said, hey, I'm making this money, but like one of my biggest focuses in 2025 is to grow my brand, right? So he's making a lot of money from Instagram, but he wants to start a YouTube channel now as well. So he says, now finally going to do it. So it's someone already makes money, has team, has leverage, and even he knows that the main thing is going to help him is to grow the brand. So no matter you're getting started, you're making 10K a month, you want to scale, or you want to get to 10K a month, you're making 100K a month, you're making a million a month, or anything, right? You want to grow, branding, it's everything. Growing an organic audience, positioning yourself well, and helping people, and like having a good reputation is everything. So this is one of the biggest things I've learned after investing so much money. I said, hey, what's your secret? And it's just brand, right? They have a good brand, which takes time to build, but it's one of the best investments that you can have. Cool. The next one is it's all about the product, right? So product. It's all about the product. So slash service, right? So if you sell one-on-one calls with you, it's not a really product probably. It's like more of a service. Or if you do something for someone, etc. So it can be product slash service, but it's all about the product. And why the product is important is because in this online sphere, right? It's very easy to know if you are good or not. People make videos where they expose you, right? There's like websites where people can post their opinion. It's very easy to find someone's client and message them directly and to see if they are telling the truth, if they are actually good, blah, blah, blah. So like it's pretty easy, right? For people to know if you are doing a good job or not, which means that back then you could not care about the product and just be a great marketer and make money. And you still can do it till this day. If you're an amazing marketer and salesman, you can make money, absolutely. And you need to focus on consistent sales so you have customers to get feedback from, right? But once you do, this is a big thing. Like if you make your product good, you have a flywheel. People like it, people get the results. Now you can use it for content and for case studies, testimonials. You get more clients. You can raise your prices because people trust you more. Now that helps you get more clients and you are more profitable. You can hire people. Like it's a compounding vehicle. If your product is bad, everything goes to down, right? You can have a good like brand, but people try your product, they say, oh damn, like I'm never gonna buy something from him again, right? No, the product is the key. And how to improve the product, how to make this practical for you, no matter what product slash service you have, ask feedback from people. This is such a simple thing, but I'm telling you, no one is doing this. I was doing this for years, right? And we can do this even better. But ask them, when someone buys your thing, say, why did you buy? Why did you buy from me? Why you haven't bought from this competitor? Oh, you did? Why? What we have better than them? What could we improve, right? See if people actually get the result you promise. How can you make it better? How can you attract a better avatar? How much you should charge? Like, improve the product, who you attract, your solution, what experience people have, right? Do you congratulate them on their birthday? Do you give them personalized attention? Do you go over and beyond? Do you try to surprise them, right? All these small things all together make a difference, right? But the main thing, of course, that it gets people the results that you promised. And for this, you need to consistently advertise, get clients, then it's all about the product. Like if you look at Alex Hormozi, Sam Ovens, anyone, Russell Brunson, the reason these people made like $100 million or more is because of the product. They just had a good product, right? Yes, the marketing is important, but at the end of the day, it's all about the product. And the reason like we had our first 6-figure month as well, 81% of the traffic came from word of mouth. Literally, people telling their friends, right? And I have all the data, I can prove it to you if you want. If you join our community, you will see that. Literally, that's where the most of the traffic came from, right? People telling others. So when you have a good product, imagine like even in our case, we made so much growth and money because people told others, like because they have trust. They bring their friend when they see that you can get a result for them, right? Now, none of this is magic pill. It all takes work. But like, if you have a good product, you attract way more serious people. They buy more things from you. For example, 50% of our clients in our community end up upgrading to something more expensive, right? Because they like it. The very good industry average is like 20%. Or 30% is crazy. You're crushing it, right? As far as I know, 50% is pretty tough. So that's another data that it's actually true for us. And I'm saying this because like this, first of all, makes you fulfilled once you're confident in your product, but also it makes you more money. So why not to focus on it and do it? So this is the lesson number 5 that I learned. It's all about the product. It's all about it. So again, if you don't have at least 10, 20 clients, then you shouldn't worry about it much. Of course, you should try to do a good job, have a good offer, pay attention to your competitors, read Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers book, right, on how to make good offers. But once you have the first 10 clients or more, focus on that. Focus on getting feedback so you make the product better, and then you advertise and get more traffic, and that way your growth is going to compound and it's going to help you get more reviews, testimonials, upsell more people, make more profit, and your growth is going to be exponential, right? Because word of mouth is people tell others, and that people can tell others, and it's one of the few things that can compound, right? If you do a cold outreach to someone, they are not going to just randomly go to 1,000 people, right? It's not, but if you word of mouth, you have a good product, someone used it and got results, now they tell their friends, now their friend used it and got results, now they can tell their friends and can do well, right? Now 100% of the people will not succeed. Nothing works like that. Some people will fail, stop, quit, whatever, but you should measure the product success and how good it is on how many people succeed, how many results you have, how predictable is that, right? And what's people's experience, what's their feedback, how much they like it, do they tell their friends or not, etc., etc. Okay, so the number 6 is obsession and learning and changing behavior. Yeah, this is key as well. So obsession plus learning, which is basically changing your behavior, right? So what do I mean here? It's like obsession, right? A lot of people watch videos like this, but like they are not obsessed. Let's say they learn that they need to make YouTube videos, or they already do, and they learn that they need to make 2 to 3 YouTube thumbnails per each video to A/B test them. Now you don't have to do this, but let's say you hear that. Someone will say, "Oh no, yeah, maybe I will do it. I have the time and the energy and the resources, and it's worth it, but I won't do it." Right? They are not serious. The people that, like what I've seen from my mentors, it's all about the obsession. They heard something, they go and execute. They go deep into the details, they make it happen, right? They're obsessed about it. The thumbnails, the titles, the ideas, the process, what their competitors are doing, right? Like what's going on in the marketplace, they're obsessed, right? And also learning, which is changing their behavior, right? A lot of people learn to learn. I was in this camp for such a long period of time. I bought all these programs, as you know, $200,000. I watched so many of them, but like, why 90% of it wasn't good, at least like for me, and 10% was good, is because only the 10% of them I took action on and I changed my behavior. So it's mainly my fault. Like actually, yeah, some programs were better than the others for sure. But on the big scale, like when I made a mistake is where I learned and just kept that information and did nothing with it. Like if you learn something and you don't have to do anything with that, it's just information. You need knowledge, right, that you can implement. That's the difference between information and knowledge. And for that, once you're obsessed, right, and you like keep learning, go into the details, take action, execute fast, like you really want it, like you go after it, right, like your life depends on it. You also need to change your behavior, right? You can say, oh yeah, I learned that product is important. But if this point doesn't change your behavior, if you don't go and get more feedback from your customers, care about it or whatever, it's not relevant. So how to know if you're learning, from Alex Hormozi's definition, is are you changing your behavior, right? And the faster we all change our behavior, the faster we'll make progress, right? Because a bunch of people invest into programs or buy things, right? Business mentors, other things. But for you to make progress, what I learned, it's about you learn something, change your behavior, right? Learn, like do it, implement it. That's what's going to help you. Simple advice, but most of us, including me, don't follow it most of the time. And when you do, you crush it. Cool. The lesson number 7 that I learned is that they don't stop, right? Again, very, very simple. I talk about this very often as well, but this is so true. And this is across all the domains, right? Again, nothing political, but let's say if we look at Donald Trump, you can like him, hate him, doesn't matter, right? He didn't stop, right? He keeps going, right? He keeps fighting, right? Other people like that as well, like politicians, or like inventors, or let's say Einstein, or you are Elon Musk, who had rockets, who failed at once, and then he did it, right? He relaunches them again. Or you are Alex Hormozi, who lost like all his money 2 times, or like he had several businesses that failed. Like anyone, right? They don't stop, right? Even when I look at myself, there are things that I stopped at. I'm not perfect, but most of the time I wanted to do something, I stick to it, right? I'm gonna grow in Skool, I'm gonna grow our community, I'm gonna do this, go to 6 figure. I stick to it. And there are bad days, and there are tough days, and there are days where you don't want to do anything, and you just want to, give up. That we all feel that. But the people that are successful, they don't stop. This is what I learned, right? The most expensive program I joined was $36,000, and like when I joined, I said, oh damn, like this guy is so skilled and he works so hard, and there's all these things that are helpful, but I can just see a lot of his success is he doesn't stop. He has good alliances, he has good environment, he keeps learning, he's obsessed, right? He is coachable, right? He cares about the product. He actually has a good reputation. He works on things that compounds for him instead of against him, right? All of that things, but he also doesn't stop, right? Kashi doesn't, like, there's bad things that I would stop. He keeps going, right? A team member quit. A client said something terrible. You had to charge back. He doesn't stop. He doesn't quit. He just says, what can I learn from this, right? What can I learn from this? So don't stop. If you go through difficulties, we all go through that. Just know that if you are not stopping, if you are watching this video, you are probably someone that if you keep going, you don't stop, you are going to make it, right? So it's very, very important. So very simple lesson, right? Obvious lesson, but there is a reason that this is cliche. It's because it's true. And that's why I talk about it all the time, is because we need to keep reminding this out to ourselves to make it. Okay. And the lesson number 8, which is the bonus one, which is all of them. Subscribe to this channel and share this video with your friend. Right? No, I'm obviously kidding. Yeah, this was a joke, but yeah, if you want, you can still subscribe if this was helpful, and share this with your friend. Anyway, hope this video was helpful, and if it was helpful, then right now I will, on your screen, if you want, I will put a video where Alex Hormozi personally showed me how to grow our business to $300,000 a month and how we are going to do that. So if you are interested, watch it. If not, that's all good. Hope you found this video helpful, and go and implement, and hopefully you don't have to spend $200,000. You can implement some of these things and go and absolutely crush it. All the best. I will see you in the next video, and let's get it. Cheers.